feel like we're close. It's close. It's like 11:59 and change. I don't know what the delay is. Like it could be right on time. Well, let's just assume that it is. As I mentioned in the description, wakey headachy. Nothing quite like waking up with a headache. It's probably like, some symptom of being increasingly aged. So I've been taking it real light this morning. I did the absolute bare minimum leading up to where we are right now. So we have Bins, Bags, and Boxes. It's Bins, Bags, and Boxes Friday because you are indeed, to an extent, choosing your own adventure. I drink so much water. I don't know. Maybe yesterday wasn't hot, so I don't know what's wrong with me. Outside of the usual, we have all the ordinary things that are wrong. So it's early, but if you're hardcore, it could. I wouldn't rule out a tumor. The one of the bins has been filling up pretty rapidly. People are being kind enough to send in wheels. We have a couple sets of wheels here. Deeps, 5-bolt. These weird TCRCs, and then the honeycombs. And I had never seen these honeycombs because these honeycombs have beadlock rings, and the only previous honeycombs I had seen don't have beadlock rings. They don't have all the screws in the front. Someone was nice enough to control. So okay, all right. Your body is telling you to stop trying to be healthy. You know what? You're probably not wrong. Is it taken this long to go into sugar withdrawals? Am I deep into sugar withdrawals now? So we've got axles, and axles. And then there's also, I think I already have this. I think I have one kind of sorted. So part of it is going to be determining what goes where, what is going to be given away in what month. We have 6 months. Do I run the Reef Stool BEC? No, I don't. No. It's not a tumor. If you need to run a BEC, usually just buy a direct power servo instead. I run an external BEC on like 3 or 4 rigs, and primarily because I have a couple AM32 controllers that don't have built-in BECs. So double BEC, like that Reef's Dual is like what? It's like $60. You can buy a direct power servo for $60. And we're starting to get speed controls that actually have decent BECs in them. The Hyper Apex is like a 12 amp BEC on it. You can get that secure with a 10 amp. So dual BEC, I try to avoid external BECs altogether. So I have a couple ideas, like this isn't just some assembly required. This is all assembly required, and I don't know if it's going to be a piecework thing. I think we've got it down in between. We've got a couple of options. Like, okay, I have a set of stance rails. They are not new. They've definitely been used before. I found a pair of sliders, and I think the sliders were originally on Cheeto. So along with that, I have the skid and the original gearbox that was in Cheeto before I had to go up to the non-portal version. This is the portal version. So this is all made. This is ready to go. This is ready to have an outrunner slapped onto it. So my notion for this is either for a giveaway or for one of the Operation 11 Charlies, this will be a 1.5. We'll just do another 1.5. It's going to be these bits, and because this is the non-portal guy, Sawtooth Turner, leading it out, it's 12:05, and he's hitting us with the 10. So these bits are going to go together with Mo Trapper was nice enough to send in Mias nylon portals, and I think the nylon portals will go perfectly with this stuff because somewhere in bins I bought a set. I was putting in an order and I bought a set of plastics, just the bag of VRD plastics. So I have all of the plastics to finish this out. And then, you know, these axles already set. So this one kind of falls together, and we have a number of body options for this one. And I think I still have like the body that Rusty is on, C10K10. So the temptation here is I still have a set of bounty hunters in the bags. Mias portals with the bounty hunters might be pretty good. A little bit of the spirit of Rusty. It'll probably come out pretty lightweight. Chuck with the 1, shooting the 1, and Jimbo shooting the 10. We're keeping it. We're keeping the whole thing alive. So this, in my mind, is going to be 1. Now, I don't really have much in the way of electronics for it. I don't think. I will have to get a secure combo for that because this thing is really set up to run Musty. This will be Musty. Is set to run a pancake. So I'll just get a secure 70 combo at some point along the line, and we'll build that. So this is an easy one. And what I'm going to try to do is organize bins such that like what wheels will we run on that? I don't know. Whatever wheels we need to tuck it under. And he says that with like 5 sets of wheels. And I have a couple sets in the trusty beadlock drawers. We'll contribute whatever we need to contribute. This is a set of the Red Spider Capras. They are absolutely fine. They are not an axle that I would actively recommend anybody go out and buy. But if we're going to do something that's cabby forward, I have these rails and all of the bits. They're in this box, including the little fake nod to carbon. It's got the skid. It's got all the standoffs. It's got the dumb little wingies. I'm figuring these will go together with... Oh, by the way, thank you, Andrew, for the 10. I'm going to spend that on a coffee because, honest to God, when I drink that coffee in about 4 hours, if I immediately start to feel better, we're going to know. Maybe I had 3 months worth of caffeine and sugar built up in me because the only caffeine that I get is a cup of tea in the morning and a coffee drink every Friday. That's the sum total of my caffeine intake. I can send you a set of the wheels that I had sent them for my build that you didn't use. They will tuck wheels in good. Yeah. Because for the 1.5s, you tend to want to tuck them in. This guy, because I'm assuming it's going to be like these bits are going to go together, probably just a cab. We'll just throw a cab on that. We have a number of tire options, both on the rack and in bags and in drawers, so not a problem. I would not even be averse. I would change wheels. Like if we were going to put 2.2s on it, I wouldn't be averse to donating my 525 super crawlers because they're pretty good. I don't have anything on to run them on regularly. But I do have a bunch of 1.9 options as well. I have a set of Klingons. Like anything in Jorah and Mias are kind of my go-tos for giveaways because it's under $30 for a set of tires and the foams work. So as long as we don't blow the weight straight out of the water, Build that to the HPI Hummerish body. This one, that's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea. If the body will tuck under it, and then the axles will be out wide enough so that it's not going to slam the tires into the body. That's, you know what that is? That's a pretty good idea. So we have this set aside, and I think I put a servo mount in here. Yes, I did. Yeah, so that's easy and straightforward. Wait, let me see. Let me see if I can find loose bodies. I don't know where that Humvee is. There it is. All right. We can carve it up. We can carve it up a little as is necessary. Yeah. It's ready for this. It's ready for this. Yeah. All right. We'll call that a semi-commitment. And it could, honestly, probably not these, but it could run any of the wheels. Now, like I said, did I say, like I thought, and maybe didn't verbalize, we've got 6 months of giveaways between now and October. All right? I have one ready to go. We could do a giveaway today, but I'm not going to. So one of the months, May, June, July, whatever, we've got a giveaway for that month. I've already pre-prepped what body? This is an HPI. It's not a Humvee, but it is. I don't know what it was originally on. Probably some sort of like MT, RS4 MT off-road body. I don't know. It was sent in. That's why it says Canyon on the roof. It was sent in. So one of the other builds, again, another send-in, Charisma, the Fording it up, real Fording it up. Forgive me for not remembering who sent this in. Boxes come in, things, Nitro MT, there you go, for the HPI. Things come in, things go out, and then Miata Commuter was kind enough to send in these clone Yodas, Ally Express sourced clone Yodas, and I was originally thinking, oh well, I'll build something Leaf Spring, but then I dug through the box and I saw the absolute madness of the 4-link converters. So they're like a big truss. So there's the rear with the upper link mounts, and there's the front with the panhard on it. So I'm like, wow. So these are going to go under this because that width is pretty strongly okay. It will be linked. Yeah, when they said long bed, long. It is still... Oh, it's really long. It's really long. Well, we might have to cut this up a little bit to get it to actually work. This is like a full 328. This is like a 328. No, it's a Charisma. Well, it's in a box. It's in a bag with other SCA 1E 1976 Ford F-150 painted body set. And those are the light buckets for the rear. And it also has lights with it. But let's be real true and honest about it. The rig I'm building for my wife is still sitting over there with the bag of lights sitting on top of it. I don't like installing LED kits, so there's a remarkably high possibility that whoever gets this one, there's going to be the bag with the lights in it. Just that's the DIY portion of it, and it will most likely be element underneath. We will adapt element rails to fit because in one of the trades that I did, this is complete. This is complete. Now, it won't have an XF in it. Well, maybe it will. Maybe it will. If we time this one out a couple of months, it might have an XF in it, but it can't have an XF in it now because you still, to this day, cannot buy the intermediate gear and the spur gear in steel for the XFs. I have 3 XF gearboxes that I can't use because I can't buy the metal gears, and those things are unusable. Ecto is 328. Yeah, I probably have the parts. I might have I can't say for certain. It's probably going to end up linked because I don't know if I have all the trailing arm parts. Why don't you donate the Radio Link airplane? I could. I could. I just want to see Kenyon pile all the parts he has on hands on the table. This is just the stuff that's set aside for the giveaways. So these axles, and I'm thinking probably, let's just cut the bag open. Let's cut the bag open. I don't know what kind of width we're going to be looking at. Well, I tried to respond. Oh, yeah. Mr. Design. I assume Gorilla is your formal name. Yeah, I should. And you sent an email, and I think that looks amazing, and I want to use it. And if I'm free to use it, like, I will use it. But like when I'm thinking when I think sticker, I think so simple, and maybe I'm thinking too simple. I don't know. I don't know if that's going to be readable when it's shrunk down to like that big. That's my only concern. But I love the design. So yeah, you know what? These might work. These might work right here. Let's see. As long as it stops rolling, we're good. Oh yeah. Yeah. That's perfectly acceptable. So I think that's the, just some black, what do they call these? They get the like pie pieces cut out of them. Yeah, I think that little pop of color, I think that'll be great. So we'll put these aside. Now that box can't be closed, but we're fine. We're fine with that. And we can equip this with, folks have sent in a bunch of RTR electronics. I've got a handful of radios. Wagon wheels. Yeah. Wagon wheels. At least they're 5 out, so it's Ford appropriate. Yeah. Yeah. Steelies is what I often say. I don't think I run any anymore. I don't think anybody is fitted with Steelies. Colonel Mustard used to be. What is the wheelbase of that body? Like 328. That thing is, look at that. Long. That thing is real long. Very shiny. I don't have to paint it. Not having to paint it might be the best part of it all. Because you know how I am. I had plans to paint the wife's either Wednesday or Thursday. That didn't happen. To the surprise of absolutely no one. You should do the Element BK3 skid forward with the 11.4 to test if nobody will send you a Bushido to do it with. Well, interesting that you should mention that. I will sort out you know what? I can probably dig through the bins and find enough Element chassis parts that I don't even have to crack into that Builder's Kit 3. I'm just hoping that someone clones that Dual Dig Reefs transmutation. I agree with transmutation more than transmission. Okay. I have acknowledged in the past, I will continue to acknowledge into the future, that my skill set is at the extent of what my skill set is. I make efforts to get better at driving them, better at building them, better at figuring out the geometry from the start and not having to, iteratively figure things out over time. I'm getting fairly okay at it. I have the opportunity to use burn, which is front dig, and I will be damned if I can do anything with it. I have made more than one attempt to figure out if I can stop that front axle, what am I going to do with it? And I can't make it work. I don't know if it's the geometry. I don't know if it's that it needs to be paired. It needs to go all the way in. Like you need four-wheel steer paired with that so that you can lock the front, turn the rear, and really pivot it. Because the way we put force down, like think of how much underdrive split people are running. Like people are running 40%. The rear axle is going 40% slower because the front has so much. We don't want the traction out driving the front end, right? And when climbing, you get all that weight transfer. And then what happens is you lock that front axle, the rear tires, if they're moving slower, aren't going to do anything. And the rear tires, if those fronts are dug in, you don't have steering on a regular two-wheel steer rig, so you can't make it pivot. So I don't know. I don't know. Dusty's been putting in the hours lately. Yeah, well, I got a bunch of class ones. The upcoming quick views, there's no Dusty. The last set of tires Dusty tested were baby bumps. So it's been Baseline. Baseline is ready to test his second set, and Wolverine has, I think he still has 3 more sets to test. So there, it's taken back over. I tried 40%, hated it, and went back to 18. Yeah, I don't like anything over about 25. And I've experienced, technically dig is 100% overdrive. When I was doing one of the conversions, when I was swapping over Zoidberg to an not an OD3, a Tulo, I had no recollection of the fact that I had put wild overdrive gears in him, the 36%. So that paired with an OD3, not an OD3, a Tulo, meant that he had 66% rear underdrive, 66%. And it's still drivable, but when it doesn't work, you really feel when it doesn't work. Did you ever look at the Class 1 crawler cones I said? They are significantly smaller than Class 1. I think they're about 90 millimeters tall. Like 93 at the outside. They are very small. Wouldn't dig be infinite overdrive? Yeah, technically, yeah. Because 100% would mean the front turns twice as fast, yeah. So 50% underdrive and 100% overdrive are the same thing. And then burn would be infinite underdrive. Front dig works without four-wheel steer. Not for me, it doesn't. Maybe someone else can, but I'm absolutely ready and willing to acknowledge that I can't get it to work. Not to the certainly. Okay, if I could get it to work, would I say that it is worth the complexity of another servo on another channel and all of the associated bits? And I seriously doubt that I would. I find dig, for me, it would go dig first, and then four-wheel steer. I don't favor four-wheel steer. That's why I've built like 6 or 7 rigs that have four-wheel steer. Four-wheel steer is usable not enough of the time to justify all of the weight, complexity, the absolute it doesn't make sense. There are moments where you would think that four-wheel steer is going to help you, and it goes, no, I am a betrayer. So more often than not, when I try to use four-wheel steer, I just make it worse. And that's on me. But I'm working on it. What do you think of a system where somehow dig actuates based on right at the end of travel of the steering servo? So if you lock the wheels all the way right or left, it automatically engages. I mean, I think with channel mixing, you might be able to accomplish something like that. But dig is a system like I only ever use dig on a momentary, because I never have dig engaged for more than like 1 or 2 seconds. It's just enough to try to pivot, just to pivot. Or I'll lock the rear end and wiggledy and get it to slide over. I feel almost confident enough to say that I can use dig fairly accurately. Four-wheel steer, I'm at about 30% capability, probably. And front burn, I can't make work at all. Thomas Moore with the 5. We're keeping the Sawtooth alive. You need a dual motor four-wheel steer moon buggy. Ugh. Do you use 3-position dig with freewheeling or just 2-position? Nine times out of 10, I just use 2-position. We're in dig or we're out of dig. On some of the VFDs, I will put it on a switch, but there is such a very narrow window in the middle that actually getting it into neutral is incredibly, you kind of have to be lucky. You can't be using a servo saver because it'll be too sloppy and it will either stay in four-wheel drive or it'll stay in dig. You're better on just a 2-way momentary switch and putting in the fastest servo that you feel like you want to put in there. A faster servo is better than a strong servo for dig because you're not really forcing it in or pulling it out. And when the dig gets quote unquote stuck, like it's lodged against on the dogs, no servo. King Arthur himself couldn't pull it out. It tends to, so, some digs are better than others. And the Vanquish ones are good. I would say good, but not great. Even on the Hertz, the only one I would give great to is LCXU. It's the best of the digs. The Vanquish digs, whether that be VFD or it be on the 3-gear, is marginally better than Amazon Digbox. QT Tricolor Digbox. Marginally better, and that's because the fit and finish is just better. There's nicer pieces. They fit together better. There's a slop in it. So it engages more accurately and disengages more accurately. But many of my dig boxes are just Amazon dig. I think I've bought like 9 or 10 of them. And I thought there was one in that box. I don't know. Oh. So there's another one. There's another one. So we've got the Humvee guy sorted out. That's a build. We've got this guy sorted out. And my intention at the beginning was to Operation 11 Charlie that one. So either Portal 393, Portal 419, Portal 425. Not ruling out the 425s. I have another set of rip saws that have not been removed from the plastic wheels, so we could rip saw. We could rip saw that guy. We'll see, but he's basically going to be a 1.5, and then we have basically the cattleman leftovers. So we've got the God knows what color. Are these blue? Mr. Hurley, are these blue? Are these blue rails? I'm trying to figure out how his brain works. And we've got the not matching. Well, or do they match? No, these do match because these are both powder coated. So we have all of the pieces that weren't used. So I can build an element here, including a Stealth X. And someone sent in a dig box. I'm sure of it. but I will be sugared if I can find it. Did I put it in a drawer? Nope. Nope. I mean, I have 2 dig boxes here, but one of them came out of a rig. It came, this one, so this one just came out of Economoo, and this one I built out of parts purchased from the tower sale. Okay, so, oh, wait. We have another bin. So we could dig it. I think this is it. Yeah, there we go. So we'd either be putting dig in this or dig. No, the 1.5 can't have dig because it has portals. So it's got to go in this. So the orange rails can get dig. Oh, look at that. Another $20 Stealth X. So I definitely have more Stealth X's than I do dig boxes, but we can do a dig. That needs the gold dig transmission. Yeah, but they are actually like gold colored, and this is definitely metallic orange. It's the reason that I didn't reuse the shocks or anything. If anybody saw the debacle of when I was building the pickle, none of the colors are even remotely the same in the where this came from. Like, same color, right? Wait, if I do that, they are the same color. What? Tell me that's not the same color. I mean, it's not the same. It's not even close. These are not close to the same color. But this camera is doing a full optic contusion on me. That's just this is one of those things where they're like, there's actually no gray in this picture. Come on. Even, can Mr. Hurley tell the difference between those? I'm looking at the preview through the camera, and that's the exact same color. And then I do this. That's a completely different color. This is, I mean, I wouldn't even call this gold, but this is just orange. So I believe I have everything except, there's everything in the box except links and bumpers, and it's probably missing a handful of bearings, but I should have almost all of the stuff to build the axles. I got the drive shafts. I pieced it together enough. And this one is super lazy. Again, the tower sale raises its head. So we're doing it. We got the titanium. We got the titanium guy here. What is that color? What is that color? I mean, I guess you could call it titanium. It's like gold, green, brown, gray. Mr. Hurley, please tell me what color that is. So we're going to have to put all of the orange with this, and then, throw the yes. And then the tricolor in there. What's the most just apocalyptic collection of colors that we can put together? Well, we're going to find out on that one. So I guess, I got some input here. I I could need yeah, needs more teal. Where can we get some bright colors? Oh. Can order some Element plastics and just dye them all different colors. I don't know how much of the green plastics that I dyed I still have left. I might have some though. Anyway, this one is pretty much decided, except for the ultimate choice of wheel and tire. And it's obviously going to be, well, I say obviously, it's going to be Class 2s. We're going to put Class 2s on this, and we'll figure out what those are when it becomes more imminent. Technicolor Vomit. Yeah, that's where we're headed. So, I'm going to have to buy a lot more links. I'm going to have to buy more links because none of them have any links. And this guy will be, I mean, did I throw the bracket in here to do, so we can go either way. SOA would certainly be a lot easier. That's neon orange? That's crazy. That's crazy. There's some nice pink wheels on Amazon. Well, I mean, we've got pink, rainbow, purple honeycombs. Purple honeycombs. So if this guy, this guy is going to be 4-link. So that's 8 links. This guy's going to be 4-link. That's 8 links. This guy is most likely going to be 4-link. That way I can be lazy and I don't have to worry about setting up chassis mounted steering. I can get excessively lazy about it. That's 24 links already. Plus, well, I mean, it's the same amount because there's a panhard and a front upper. So that's like 32 links because the Quince super long F-150 also is going to need 8 links. So if we go ahead and we say that we'll, thoughts on Mia's Capron with ISO nylon straights for a lightweight poised build? It's not bad. Those axles are really nice. A lot of steer angle. They're not remarkably heavy. And they're tough to beat at like $100. You know, go for it. So everybody has got axles. So we have 4 builds worth of axles. We have 4 builds worth of bodies. We have 3.5 builds worth of chassis. Element titanium enduro ain't cheap. It was. This was $40. This was $40 on the Tower Team Associated punch out. Shocks. Someone says it's an excellent question. I have got $95s, Endura 90s. I think these are 110s, but I think I have another set of 95s. I think I have a set of 85s. We've got another set of like 120 chavs. I've got, of course, got 2 sets of 90 S8Es. I've got, I think those are the shorter ones. Someone just sent these in. Yeah, I got 85s and 95s. So I have shocks from 80 all the way up to like 120. You should put all 4 builds into separate boxes, number them off camera, and then have a vote on numbers 1 to 4. Most votes gets built. You know what? I love that. I absolutely love that. Now, let me find. I mean, I could put them in bags. I have that. All right. Man, if you had any idea how many boxes I just cut up, it was a lot. It was a lot. And pat on my back by myself using blue painter's tape, and I stick it on the front of the bins, and then I just write on it with a Sharpie, and then when I'm done with it, it's the best. It's one of the best. This will give you an idea of how not high my rocket has fired. I classify it as one of the best ideas I ever had. So I'm redoing them. Okay, so that's in a bag. Okay, we got a bag. I'm gonna use double chance as well. I'm gonna go full double chance on this. We're only professional here. Whee! Oh, I'm leaving. Oh, no one asked. But if anyone was curious as to how the TI Fury thing is going, right? Okay, so remember. Some of the Discord will remember this. When we were packing up to go film Wheelin' Wednesday last week, the TI Fury was sitting on a foam block right behind the pit box that we take, the toolbox that we take for trailing excursions, and the wife saw it sitting there, and she said, "Hey, that's pretty cool." And remember how I had foolishly said I don't think she'd go for the exo-caged look? She said, that looks pretty cool. And I said, yeah, it has a lot more work to it. And I was talking about the guys in Malaysia and how much they love winching. And I said, I didn't think that you would be, that you'd be like down with like the cosmetics of it. And she said, no, I think that looks pretty cool. I guess my next one will have to be one of those. So, the only way to get one right now, because the kits are out of stock or back ordered or whatever, they still have some RTRs, either on AliExpress or directly from D1RC, $730 before tax and shipping. So that's north of $800 for that one. And honestly, I'm not averse to that RTR at all, because it's got like 50 kg servos or whatever on the axles. And yeah, the boss gets what she wants, but I can't order it until next month. Well, I can't order it until this month, but like 3 weeks from now. So I've got some time. I have no extortionate pricing. No, the kit. So mine. All right, let's look. Okay, look. Just do the math. Just do the quick math in your head, right? So the kit, right, with the cage and the rails and the little bits, that's gonna set you back about $350, right? And then you're gonna put axles under it, and if you go with 4-wheel steer Mias Capras, that's $200. So we're already at $550. And then you got to get 2 servos for it. And these are AGFRC A75s. Yeah, A75s. So you're looking at $85 a piece for those. So that's like $170. So now we're at we're closing in on $750. Then you put an Elite in it. That's another $150. That's $900. And that doesn't count shocks, winch. I had to order the gearbox. It doesn't count wheels, tires, inserts, any of that. One of these can be $1,200, no problem. $1,200 without trying. So $730 for the RTR. Honestly, a bargain in this case. I mean, I'll have to change the tires, I'm almost sure. But if anyone was curious as to how mine is going, I decided that I wanted to get rid of all the lines. So I've been getting this arc, because, you know, it has those lines on it. Getting that to disappear. I keep falling into the same trap. I fall into the same trap that why all of my bodies are 1 hour paint jobs. Because if I don't just say 1 hour paint job, one and done, then I'm going to focus. I'm going to over focus. I'm going to be like, this seam right here, I can still see some little irregularities in that seam. So I will continue to sand it and glaze it and prime it. And like, I feel like I've made this hood line, see that little right there? I've made this hood line disappear reasonably well. I can still see the hint of this one right here. So I'm just going to keep doing it. But can you see that hood line now? How about now? Look, now I did pretty good on this. How good did I do on that? Pretty good. Yeah, this is from Old Blue, from the Marlin. It's red. And I glued the living hell out of this thing. Filled in all of those, Frenching it a little bit. So I will be, I'm looking at a once detailed hard body look like a regular Lexan milk jug. Yeah, basically, yeah. Because I didn't like any of that. And once I started sanding off the back of the cab in order to fit under the cage, yeah, this is where I went. I guess I like Lexan more than hard bodies, because I like this better than the way it was before. Now, I am going to try to fit the interior into it, which is probably not going to happen. And I haven't decided if I'm going to put windows in it. I have to go through all of the work of cutting this out to clear the cage, but that's definitely future me's problem, which will be more putty and more paint and more of everything else. Yeah, yeah, the hardest work was getting rid of the hard body details right here. And I would do it again. I just have to not look at it too closely. Looking at it too closely is not working out well for me. And I will see. Let me first see. It took me back to doing 2 sand scorcher bodies that I blended the nose cones in so they look like one piece. Yeah. Once I started getting rid of the seams for the doors, I was like, well, we're just going to get rid of the seams for everything. In the end, I don't know why. It doesn't even matter how to try. Keep this in mind. I designed this round to remind me twice. I tried so hard and got so far. Yeah, the cage, yeah. Yeah, I agree. The cage has more than enough details. I kind of have a lot of bodies. Oh, this one is not. This one is old-timey J-Con style, fully uncut. And in the end, doesn't even matter. All right. We're going to arbitrarily assign numbers to these. Then we're going to find out what happens. God, I hope it's... There's a couple of these that I hope it is more than others. I mean, they're all going to be Link Olympics. I don't think that's avoidable. I just numbered them. So you're saying this could be SBG Crawler Canyon style really easy if we're not careful. What did I do? What did I do? Jeez. The fun part is when I go to cram that thing into the cage and it's gonna crack all of the spot glazing and it's gonna scratch up the paint. And then I'm just gonna go, screw it, and I'm gonna just paint it all in one. Like we're just gonna go full graffiti mode on it. The bodywork, no, I'm not gonna do that again. No, I'd like you to sit and think. Use your thinking caps. How many heart bodies are here? Guess a number. Hard bodies in service in the fleet. Like we have one, there will be one added because that Jeep, the 41 Willys, is still in a box. Well, Stu Nod is, nope. I mean, you're forgetting. Yeah, Organized Chaos, that is correct. Definitely less than 5. Back forward than it's in supposedly 324. It looks longer than that. Our Seam family asked if I've seen the Rhino S95 Pros. It was asked about earlier by the gentleman who sent them in from far away, not a made-up place at all, Simi Valley, California. And they arrived yesterday evening. And I have only just begun to take a look at them. And I don't want to... figuratively. Well, figuratively and literally. I don't want to whiz in anybody's Cheerios. But so far, we'll see when I get to the full go through and the teardown. We'll see. We'll see how I feel. But looking at it from the outside, they got the finish pretty good. But it's definitely not blowing me away. So the answer would be currently 4. Because we can't count that one yet because it's not done. It would be Bruce, Sheila, Nigel, and Woody would be the 4 hard bodies. 1 of which I did not have to paint, 2 of which I did not have to paint, 3 of which I did not have to paint. The only one that I painted is Sheila, and I would strongly... I'm sure that the man from the UK would chime in as well. My advice, just in general, is don't paint. If you're going to buy an FJ40, either be happy with the camel yellow or be happy with the blue, because painting it is, no. Did you build models as a kid? it's like building a model, but way worse because the model comes pre-assembled and some of the parts are glued in, and then you have to unassemble it. You have to try to put fasteners that are the size of mechanical pencil lead. You have to try to put those together so that you'll remember where they go back together. And then, I mean, maybe it works out better for somebody else, but when I then tried to put it back together, yeah, just Earl Scheib it, just paint it in one piece. When I went to put it back together, I find that, like, the doors particularly, meaning the rear door and the driver and passenger doors, when they have paint on them, now they're so tight that, like, they basically don't fit anymore. Like, it's the tolerances on it are much tighter than one would imagine. We're talking about the fun of hard bodies. Yeah. I'm a Lexan guy all day because hard bodies are an absolute pain in the ass. And they are a huge part of the reason that the BRX-02 over there is still in a box. Someday I'm going to build that thing. I saw a picture of one from the, what is it? Illuminati of Scale. J Concepts posted a bunch of pictures. I guess they were hanging out with the Boom Racing people. And somebody took one of those BRX-02s and put Fling Kings on it and a body with some, like, gigantic fenders. And I was like, I'm here for all of this because that thing looks insane. And I will readily admit, I don't have any problem admitting it, that today I was this many years old when I found out that the BRX-02, the leaf springs go under the axle. I did not know that. I found that out today. I like doing designs on my paintwork. I like a nice single color, maybe two colors. Add that to cutting it in half and then sticking it back together. Have any of you ever drilled out a hardened Robinson pinion? I have one that's 2mm that needs to be 2.3. I think it can be done on a drill press. Conditionally, but you will need carbide. You will need a 2.3mm carbide drill because the hardened ones are hardened. If it's one of those absolute hardened steel ones, my genuine, true, and honest recommendation would be to see if they have an aluminum or just a regular steel one, because I've drilled some of the Amazon hardened ones, and man, make sure that pinion is secured, like it cannot move at all, because any of this motion on that drill bit will snap it right like that. Now, for the most part, when I'm running carbide bits, I'm running the cheapest ones that I can find on Amazon that come in like 8 and 10 packs. Because, God, what was I drilling out? I was drilling out stub axles. I broke like 3. Is the microphone muting out the crows that sit in the pine tree right above the building and they throw stuff at the roof all day? They like to throw the pine cones at it. I don't know if it busts them open or what, but I want to go out there and I want to throw stuff at them. So, yeah, you could. You'd be better off grinding it out to size or even replacing them with less. Yeah, I mean, that's what I did. I have drilled a 2mm out to 2.3. I've done it. But it was just a regular, I think it was a Traxxas pinion. I'm having hell finding a 10-tooth Mod 05. I have some nylons coming from China. Yeah. No, it's not wind. It's crows. They are, yeah, it's absolute doldrums outside. There's no wind at all. Those guys are jerks. Okay, let me start a pang. Engage with your audience. Start a poll. Today is 1, Like, it's just nonstop. Well, okay. There is one potential problem. And that potential problem is I have I put a bird feeder, the one with the camera. Um I don't even call them birds. I call them the air hogs. I fill the feeder. I didn't fill it this morning. I fill it every Saturday morning. I used to fill it Friday morning and I keep forgetting. So now I fill it on Saturday morning. When I come out to record, I record at least 2 episodes Saturday morning. And when I come out to record, I fill the bird feeder with my bird snack. Those hogs will have that feeder empty by Wednesday. The crows don't go to the feeder. So I don't know what they're mad about. How about that one? You like that one? Oh. And at first, like, when it first started happening, you had to have heard that one. They're just hucking full pine cones. Luckily, the the feeder is up on the front of the. That was a pine cone. I wonder if I can find it. Crows? They're jerk. I'm like, they can hear it on the internet. So here's what they're up to. Look at this little guy. It makes an incredible amount of noise. So far as I can tell, it's one crow just hanging up there. This is the equivalent of the cat stepping on its food bowl. I don't want to hurt the birds, you know? It just, why do they gotta be my brother-in-law was outside and he goes, what is up there and what did you do to it? They're just mad for no reason. Well, I don't see. So is there something about? Wow. Okay, so it's 3. I mean, how many? 33 votes. 73% of people have voted 3. So it's really starting to feel like it's going to be 3. We can take our pick. I just realized I have a foolproof method to avoid a Link Olympics. We're just gonna I'm 99% sure that all 3 of these have the exact same wheelbase. XXXF. Well, I mean, I think I gave it away. What I did? Like I said, my brain doesn't work good. It worked good for a while. No, maybe. I was gonna say, does anybody want to guess what number 3 is? But then I threw that stuff. I mean, I guess it could be 2 of the options. Yeah, builds are in, numbered bags. I only had 1 box. unfortunately, and when I say unfortunately, what I mean by that is, unfortunately for me, the Costco bins are just not quite big enough to fit a whole build. Like, I could fit the Fury in there because it doesn't have like a full-size body. But anything with a Lexan body does not fit in one of these bins. So we're just going to pile everything up on top. All right, so I guess this is April. All right. This, you know what? This doesn't help. Ugh. God, I hate elements so much. I had forgotten. My brain had blocked it out. So that's BK3. Let's see how close BK2 is. I mean, the steps are a little... They're moved around a little bit. 122, 122, 154.5, 154.5, 102.2, 102.2. They're like one page different. Is the Cattleman also on the same pages? Yep. Yeah, it's all the same exact links. It's all the same exact links. The problem is, for the shop tower you're going to use building those shocks. Yeah. When I unscrewed the base of one of those, what I'm calling them, Rhino's third attempt, there's still no bleeder slot, no bleeder screw, no bleeder, nothing. Just awesome. Yeah, like we can do, so these, when the steps are staggered, because it goes 102, 122, 102, 122, and then they have the 154, so they're all staggered off. None of them are on the same pages, so they had to go through all the work to print completely new manuals. They couldn't just restructure all the pictures around. But, yeah, I mean, we're at 64%. We're good. Oh, by the way, thank you, RC Family, for 10 pounds. And thank you, Whiteboard, for the 10 bucks. It was number 3 by quite a bit. Not only do they give you end to end, not eye to eye, end to end, but also that end to end is 100. Well, I don't even need to get out the ruler. I'm wasting my time here. Would you say that and that are about the same length, roughly? 133 and 154. And then this 129 is at the... We're still not doing to scale link measurements. Now, I will give Element a point back. The pendulum will swing back in that direction. 137, 129, 122, and then we deduct a point for 102.2. Get directly out. Get out. Now that one I don't have to worry about because that's the drag link. I'm going to have something else entirely. Front uppers are 122.0. And luckily, on who uses manuals, I can tell you who doesn't use manuals. It's the people who build their Stealth X's backwards. I mean, I've built enough Stealth X's that I don't build them backwards, but I just ordered another sack of Element rod ends. So we're just building an element here. And I will absolutely use a manual. No one can stop me, because if that manual means that I don't have to go Link Olympics on this nonsense, you know, I won't get out one manual. I won't get out two. I'll get out 3. 70. Was that 122? You know what would actually be better? We could do something. Get our old favorite. Point 2. Oh, no. It's no, but wait, it gets better. It gets better. We only withdraw 1 point as a technicality from element for that. No one can top them. Now, I mean, you do love not only big, full color. Look at the, we got the 100 millimeter ruler at the bottom of every page. They fully Lego it out. I mean, they're like, attach this, put these 4 screws in, put 1 screw in. Like, they really hold your hand all the way through. And then you get to assemble the links. All right, are you ready? I hope you're ready. Panhard bar, 37.61 millimeters edge to edge, 77.61 millimeters eye to eye. Now the front upper is 37.61 on in the middle, but eye to eye it's 80.39. And then the steering link is 34.5 and 77.28. Look, I might have a ruler that goes down to tenths. Ain't nobody got a ruler that goes down to hundredths of a millimeter. I mean, are we building them and then we're calipering in between every rod end? Is it, what would happen to the handling? My God, I feel like I'm having a Belzona moment. Can you imagine not building your steering link to 77.28 millimeters eye to eye? SAE to metric conversion. You know what? Hey Siri, what is 77.61 millimeters in inches?
77.61 millimeters is 3.06 inches.
Very close. Very close. Thank you, Miss Siri, baby. But yes, Stu Nod. That's where the points come back in. That picture is 100% to scale, because if you measure that thing, it will indeed be 37.61 millimeters. Psychopaths. Oh, dude. Do you know? Do any of you here have any idea how excited I get when I bring up my Instagram, click on the little reels icon, and within the first 3 reels, they drop another Belzona banger? Oh my God. Can you imagine not preparing the surface to whatever standard, and not pre-wetting your fabric with the Belzona that you just mixed with the Belzona paddle mixer? How does that stuff show? Like, why is that on Instagram? First of all, but please don't take it off. Listen. Do you want to know how bad it is? I have genuinely considered ordering a Belzona sweatshirt. They have a whole merch shop at Belzona. I'm not kidding you. For those of you who don't, the instructions are hold your hand levels of insane, but it works. For those of you unfamiliar with Belzona, they sell like industrial repair products for like power plants and stuff. And for some reason, they have these little short, like, how-to videos on how to apply this Belzona product, and they're insane. Like, both in the level of detail and both in the level of who is this for, but they really give you a strong how it's made vibe, and I think that's why I like it so much. Belzona Global, man. I'm so close to just ordering a Belzona sweatshirt. Today, we're going to show you how to use Belzona 3591 for repairing sealants for high-pressure vessels. Or they have this stuff that you can just mix in a can, and you can fill holes in concrete with it. So it like fills concrete, but it's not concrete. Yeah, on Instagram. If you just search Belzona on Instagram, it will come up. And the comments section never disappoint. So 122 OA is front upper. And it's 137 rear upper. 137 OA is rear upper. And 129 front lower. And front lower 129, rear upper 137. I'm looking for rear lower. 143. Okay, so we're only talking, man. Also, the production quality is better than the 2000 Slapchop infomercials. It really is. Harley Design mocks them all the time. I think he's doing a Belzona livery. No, don't trust anyone that mocks Belzona. Like, I wish that I had a high-pressure materials pump that needed repair so that I could order some Belzona for it. I love it when you linger on a post too long and the next thing you know, your feed is nothing but that. Okay, let me ask a question. If I were to say to you, if I were to pose the question to you, are you too interested in orbology? Do you know what I mean? And I will know by how you respond to that question, because God, I love my Instagram feed. I really do. Removing a motor from a 2017 GMC Terrain 3.5 liter. No. Nope, that's all you. We'll leave that one to Charles. 137 OA rear upper. No Link Olympics today. I'll do the little bit of leg work. 85. I have one factory team link in that length. Will the Element Stealth X fit a 90-tooth spur? Maybe. Probably. With the stock drive shaft, maybe. Will the gear cover still fit? Maybe. Now, remember, changing 3 teeth in the spur is about the same as changing 1 tooth on the pinion. So I'm guessing you've already gone to the smallest pinion that you can. Because, like, 1887 is really slow. No Instagram here. I have no idea what you're talking about. I only go on Instagram to answer questions from people. Well, geez, would I be on Instagram if I didn't have a YouTube channel? No, I wouldn't. But I do find my Instagram Reels to be much better than YouTube Shorts. Although, did anyone else notice that YouTube Shorts now just auto? They don't replay when it gets to the end. It just autos to the next one. Is that new? How have I never noticed that before? Go to a 90/17 on a 2300 Fusion Pro. Yeah, I can see why you would want to gear down on a Pro. Yeah. Oh, IG is a cesspool of crud half the time. You have to really tailor your Instagram feed. I built my feed brick by brick. The most insane. Mine still replays? Yeah, mine doesn't replay. I don't know. Am I in that group? Oh, today was the day. I completely forgot. They kept sending me emails from YouTube that were like, you can combo stream now. And I turned into my wife all of a sudden, which is whenever I would read the instructions, my eyes would just glaze over because they want me to stream horizontal and vertical at the same time. And I was like, how are we gonna do that? And they didn't really give any explanation as how to do it inside of OBS. So if they'd held my hand, maybe we would have a simultaneous vertical and horizontal conversation. He's still throwing stuff at the roof, man. He has not let up. That is like 92. Well, it ain't going to be high clearance because I don't have any. Nope. Doing the dance again. Gotta find two of the same thing. We're gonna go through so many links. I don't think I have two 90mm links that are the same type. Nope. Nope. That's like 88. That doesn't work. Not every company can be like Belzona. That's absolutely right. Just linked the Lord's Work Belzona reels on the Discord members only channel. Instagram needs to be strictly curated or else it goes sideways really quickly. That's by design. Yeah. I believe that to be correct. Have to take off to get an estimate for lady's damaged her car. Someone hit her in a parking lot. Have a great weekend, everybody. Good luck with the... Don't let the bastards keep you down. Lower. 143 end to end. You know, I guess we should have checked. Well, it only goes to 12.3. Lower length 114. Okay, so the 108 is a 12. I found 121s. So I needed a 114 overall. I don't think I have that. I do have 108. Traxxas are actually slightly under. Wait. Hold on. Don't go yet. How can I not have any 90s? What is going on? There we go. Found it. Yeah, that 73 is for the trailing arm. If you're not trailing arm, it's way longer. So 1 120 something, 130 something. It's long. So what do I have? I don't know. Let's put these together. You know what? I'll figure it out. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna save my brain. I don't think all my neurons are firing today. Aww. I wonder if you can find Belzona outside of a Meta product. Ah! I mean, I could hold these with something like, where's my favorite L wrench. Yeah, that's a lot less painful. Funny how that works. Got a capper cage and a blank skid. What links and trans would you recommend for a 2.2 tire build on Mia straights? OD3 would be a good choice. Because it's going to have more gear reduction in it. And you can run a pretty small pinion in it. 2.2s and straights is going to give you a fair amount of wheel speed. And you're probably going to also be looking for an outrunner in the, I'd say like a 1450, 1470, something like that. Super short links are something I don't have a problem with. I have ones in the drawer from buying various link assortments and whatnot that I don't know what I'm ever going to do with them. I was wondering, did you see my message to members about asking if you still have all those SED shocks in a box tray? Yes, I do. Well, not all. I'm down to like 3 sets, but I have like 3 sets. What are we at? 4, 8, 12. If my math is on, I need 4 more. Didn't think you tap rod ends? I generally don't. And I'm also only going in about, let's see. I go in about that far. So about half the depth of the threads. Why I do it on these is the element ends are really skinny out here. And if you try to put a whole bunch of Turk on it, you can deform them. So it saves you a little bit of effort running some threads into these in advance. Now, if they're Mias, TRX4, any of that stuff, just cram it together. I appreciate the review on the Mias radio the other day. I just ordered from Amazon 2 of the 4-channel receivers for it. The Mias that you can't set down, which is the only reason I don't use one, he hasn't stopped. He's just going. Yeah, I've made my own links too, but I operate from the woodworker's credo 100%. Just like YB's, why don't you fly all the time? Why don't you run all the time? If I can buy it, I don't need to make it. What's the longest wheelbase you can get using double bend high clearance links? That I can get or anyone can get? Because there are some ridiculously long double bend links out there. And then there's also, are you making your own double bend link? I remade all the links on my Spider using 6mm brass rod. Yeah. I've got a bunch of, I think Daphne is still on all custom made links. There's a handful of rigs in here that I made every link on them. But it's not something I have any desire to do all the time. God, that guy is just... I'm going to come up there. I just figure he's helping. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, if anybody suggests to me, make your own titanium links, just do that. You are more than welcome to use the method of transportation of your choice. You can boat, you can fly, you can ride a bike, you can use whatever method. You can come over here and you can make them, and I'll use them, but I'm not going to do it. I'm absolutely not going to do it. I do this too much. If I were operating from a strictly bespoke capacity, he says as he spins the rod ends on a rig that he might drive 2 times, and then he's going to give away to someone. If you're suggesting that I go through the effort for a giveaway on something that I don't do for myself, the number of rigs here not on Homebrew Links greatly outnumber the number of rigs here that are. This is crazy talk, man. This is what I'm trying to establish to people. I have a problem, and one of my problems is this: I make a lot of assumptions. I just assume that everybody operates the same way that I do, which is, like a crazy person. I'm averaging now in 2026 8 videos and a live stream every week, as well as all of the stuff that's being done not on video. I sat down last week, did the full refresh and go through on the Trail Capras, changed their motors, changed their servos, checked through their shocks, checked through the axles, went through the whole thing. That was about 6 hours to get all of that work done, including having to pirate out parts from other rigs because I didn't have the parts that I needed on hand. There's still a light kit that I haven't installed. So the idea of making titanium links, you need to make links to make a new link video, and then you can no longer make links again. YouTube won't leave me alone about the 4K. Just build linkless giveaways. Boom. Problem solved. I need all manner of interns. I need a filming intern. I have a printern to an extent. If someone is foolish enough, if you are foolish enough to offer your time or your assistance in any way, I will take it. I'll just take it because I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't know any other speed to operate at. It's 137. That's rear uppers. And this looks like 140 something. That's 143. That's a rear lower. And then these are 122. Correct. That is front uppers. So we just need 137s for rear uppers. 137 rear upper. So far, these have all been links that I have. Thank God. $85. Could you please make a setup video? Inserts too stiff, too soft, over undersprung, over underdamped. It would help a lot of people get their suspension working correctly. Oh, I'm a terrible teacher. I don't know if I have the mental capacity to do that, because when I drive a rig, I know what I'm looking for. I don't know if I can relate it to you in a digestible manner. Well, let me tell you. Let me give you an update. If you have posted a comment or a response to a comment on a video on the YouTubes, I can say with some accuracy that there's a 90% chance that I haven't seen it. I basically check my YouTube comments. I check them 2 or 3 times a week now. And I used to say about other channels, how can they not go to the comments? You know, how can they have someone else go through their comments and respond and whatever and what have you? And then what you do is you spend a couple of years on YouTube, and it becomes incredibly clear why people would just either farm out responding to comments or just not respond to the comments at all. Because most of the comments, like, here's the deal. On a Friday, I don't go to my channel. I don't go to my channel at all, because I don't want to see it, because someone is going to say something, and then I'm going to do what I tell myself not to do, and I'm just going to dwell on it. I'm just going to be like, what a son of a bitch. Because the things that people say blow my mind. They literally blow my mind. I cannot believe the thing that all someone needs is an internet-fueled sense of anonymity, and they'll just say whatever. But worse, I use the word say, right? When in reality, to sit down and write something, he's like, it really feels personal. Read your YouTube comments as a live stream. You know what? That actually might be fairly entertaining. Okay, now it is getting a little windy. You hear that? It's just raining out of that tree now. Now, I haven't... that's a good way to lose engagement. Comments drive the algorithm. You know what? I'm starting to think that it doesn't matter. That the algorithm doesn't matter. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen. Tell Russell to calm down out there. The crow's name is Russell? Oh, it's not sorted. Yeah, let's all talk. Oh, Russell Crowe. I got it now. My brain doesn't work good. Again, not saying that it ever did. Oh, it could be Cheryl. Just like I was Troy back in the day. I was Troy once. I still don't know how that happened. I mean, I'm with it. I'm for it. Sign me up. Okay, now the wind's going to just blew the door closed. I need my oxygen. Ooh, it's a nice little breeze going through here. I feel bad for RC Review and him losing his original channel. I would still love to know the whole story behind that. Like, with two-factor and everything else, I don't know how you lose a channel. I don't understand how it works. Nobody has access to to the background of my channel except for me. And there's no such thing as a channel that gets deleted on accident. That was either done intentionally or maliciously, because the number of steps that you have to go through to even disable your channel, much less delete it. YouTube does not want you to delete your channel. They want to keep making ad revenue. They want to keep ads running on videos long after you're dead. So a channel isn't just going to turn off. A channel just isn't going to disappear. You've got to go through, like, there's full-blown two-factor with your phone and everything. Yeah, that's true. Well, the bigger the channel, I think the bigger the risks. Because then, like I say, it's either intentional or done maliciously. Wonder if he had people editing for him or working on things he had access to. What the farthest that he had said is that, yeah, it was like a shared channel. There was more than one email. But I don't understand how that works either, because mine has been paired to the same Gmail address since they invented Gmail. And I can't change it. If I want to change it to the new Crawler Canyon at Gmail, it won't let me. It is tied to that email address. If they have now updated to where you can, I am not aware of it. Add it to the list of things of which I am not aware. Hey, these are updated housings. Someone's getting lucky. Yeah, disgruntled employee. Like, someone did that, right? They either did it to be mean, like, it did not happen by accident, is what I'm saying. You can't accidentally delete a YouTube channel. YouTube will actively fight it. Now, see, I get out the manual to make links, but I definitely don't get out the manual to build axles. I've been here before. The only part about this is, through the magic of center pinions, you can, and by you, I mean me. It could be us. We could go royal us with this one. I've had at least 2 people post AI-generated arguments as a reply to my YouTube comments. That's awesome! I'm not saying that I've done this before, but I have installed, like, this is one of the few axles. Their pinion is too small, right? But there is a built-in advantage to element axles, which is if you want a mullet, but you have no control over the gearing. Right? The video he talked about, it said he had an old email that was an old Google email that wasn't really RC related, and he changed the email a long time ago to match the channel name. Yeah, see, well, what they'll do is they'll let you change the contact email, but I'm 99% sure they won't let you change the email to which the channel is attached. If they would, I would just change it. PayPal let me do it. Well, they didn't. That's not true. PayPal didn't let me do it. The email that I started my PayPal with is still attached to my PayPal. It never goes away. I wonder if any of these bags have the little... Oh, they... Nope. 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 I need the little nubbins. I need the little screws that hold the bearing in. These little guys. I need these little guys. I think it was self-inflicted ignorance. I mean, it could be. It could be. Like if there was some sort of thing that was saying, you know, this is going to be powered down. So I feel like they're opposite. Okay, I'm going to go with that. I feel like that's right. I think this guy's going to need a shim on the outside. Maybe. Oh. I'm filling new syringes. Ooh. Ooh. So I found the pro tip. I found the hack. I found the syringe hack. If you're all interested in syringes for your grease, and then you can write on them what they are. Apparently, see, I'm not a drinker, so I didn't know. Apparently, people who drink, they like to fill syringes with alcohol or drinks, and then they shoot them into either their mouths or other people's mouths. This is a thing. So now, on places like Amazon, you can buy what are called non-medical syringes, which is what these are, and they are alarmingly inexpensive. Yeah, Jello shots using syringes. Yeah, see, I didn't know about this, so I was using the Lure Lock style syringes, and the problem is Lure Locks aren't designed to squirt like grease. So even if you go to like a big 10 gauge needle, you really got to lean on it. And these, you do not have to lean on it. And a 30 pack was $9. So when they say single use only, now I can be wasteful like everyone else and actually use them for a single use. Use them once, and then instead of trying to refill it, just get out another one. Because the plunger doesn't like being removed once it's been in. I learn a new thing, seemingly, every day, despite my best efforts to the contrary. I found my syringes at Princess Auto. Start using them for everything. Honey, why is the mustard and ketchup in a needle? Don't give me any ideas. Because that sounds badass. The relish would be tough, though. But don't think I won't inject my mustard and my ketchup and mustard. I'm still hung up on the idea that Princess Auto is a real thing that exists. Yeah, you can't beat a 30 pack for $9. Got dilated eyes from the eye doctor. I've never had to have my eyes dilated. I guess I should say yet. Precision mustard applicator. Yeah, a brand new Element axle feels like garbage. It really does. that's not great. Do them epoxy style with the two syringes linked together. We're going to make a mint. And they're centered, and then they're centered. After about, 100 hours of use, these will smooth right up. Oh, PB&J syringes? But then you might have to have the exact same amount of peanut butter as jelly. That seems like a lot. Okay, of course, we're just going to build this with the caster flip right off the bat. Let's do one spline and not two splines. What do you say? Thing is really tight. Really tight. What's up with that? Have you tried any LP servos from Amazon? Yes. I can attest that the DS Servo 55 kg is worth the price tag. It's not direct power, but sometimes you just got to deal with it. You can't always get what you want, but if you try sometime, you get what you need. They are absolutely functional. When I say this, I say it from my heart. But once you start sitting down and counting the calories of things, life is kind of over. It sucks. So if you are somewhat youthful and you've already started to count calories, I am sorry. I'm sorry. I'm filming in here. Hey, take it easy. First it was the birds, now it's the wind. And it rained on the 31st, which was out of left field. Snuck up on us. God, I wonder how many of these I've built. It tuned out the banging. And the roof is insulated. So just imagine, if you will, no insulation. Have you picked an outrunner for your winch yet? Yes. Via the kind-hearted and good-natured people of the Discord, because they know that I'm not going to look for it myself. So they found one that I can just slap a pinion on. I don't have to do any kind of hack bodging to get it to work, and I am all for that. The link to the Discord is in the channel description. If you go to the channel description, you click the little thing that says more. It has the link to the Discord in there. I don't even know what the link to the Discord is. Let me put it to you this way. I had to ask my kid. I was like, hey, how do I get a link to my Discord? And they took me in and showed me how to generate a non-expiring link. There's like 600 people have joined the Discord. What's a Discord? Okay, now he's just messing with us. I still think he's messing with us about the colors. I'm convinced of it. But I can't prove it, so he gets the benefit of the doubt. Are you sure? Well, you're on the Discord, Mr. Hurley, so I feel like you're aware of its existence. I found out today you can use dual rates on aux channels of the RC6. My internal winch was too fast, put it at 50%. That is absolutely correct, you can. The dual rate was something that I learned incidentally when trying to set it up for dual motor, and then someone later linked to a video, and if I had stuck with it a bit longer, presumably before I went insane, I could have set it up dual motor on the RC6 by using dual rates. It is an annual celebration week here, hyped up for the next 3 days. 15th anniversary of getting this house, then 5th is our wedding anniversary, and the 6th is my birthday. Hey, that's stringing them all together. Okay, why do I have 3 kingpins? Wait, did I put the other one in? Yeah. Why do I have 3 kingpins? I mean, do I have more kingpins? Yes. Why are they not in this bin? They are. Haha. Ot 6 has been out of Wizard Brass forever. Check Aiming. That's where I ordered mine. I mean, I'm sure they're going to be out. But for at least a day, Aiming had them. I am beyond help. I cannot be helped. I cannot be helped. Okay, so towards me is forward. So I need towards me to be forward. Front knuckles are available. The rear is back orderable. So it goes this way. Yeah, I gotta watch out, man. The Jello shot syringes. The Jello shot syringes put the grease out real fast. Let's try not to drop the whole thing again. It'll be great. Oh, it's like no effort. And they don't like hyper pressurize like the other ones do, the actual medical syringes. It was honestly weird buying syringes this small because the only thing I used syringes for before was tubeless sealant, and then you get gigantic, like 100 mil syringes. I think I have some that are 120. Why does it take 2 weeks to get glasses? I'm not sure you want me to tell you where glasses come from. But if you're buying them from a place that is under Luxottica, there's a very strong probability that your glasses came from a prison. Like if you order directly from Oakley is still doing them even when they got gobbled up. they're still doing them in Texas, from what at least the last time I ordered Oakley's. But yeah, a lot of prescription glasses are made in prisons using prison labor. So whenever there's like a lockdown or a riot, it can really slow everything down. Like, I understand how glasses are made. It's like an understandable process. Based on watching episodes of like how it's made, when you see how contact lenses are made, contact lenses should cost like $1 million a pair. Like, it's ridiculous the work that goes into making a pair of contact lenses. And the other thing that should cost $1 million is a bottle of Tabasco. If anyone works out cruise control in the MT-12, I'll let you know. I got my hands on it a few days ago, and I can put it in the Discord. Yeah, do it. Do it. When I lived in Cali, license plates came from prisons. I don't think they do anymore. Because I feel like California is trying its very best to get to... they want us to have digital license plates. They look like... That was a good one. They want license plates to look like those Kindle Paperwhites. They look fake. I keep seeing new cars with the license plate, the Kindle Paperwhite license plate, and they look super fake. The lenses are cheap. The machines to make the lenses, not so much. Yeah. It's like injection molding, only extremely precise. I had a pair of green Oakley eye jackets with gold iridium lenses back in the 90s. I've had the same pair of Oakley sunglasses, prescription Oakley sunglasses, since 2003. Same prescription and everything. And I think I'm finally starting to age out of it. I think I'm going to have to get new glasses. I'm holding out, fighting as long as I can. In and out of the California DMV in less than an hour. Perks of rural living. The other, if you don't live someplace very rural, the other key is get there really early. The wife had to get her real ID so she'd go on an airplane, and she was in there for like 45 minutes. And they won't let you make an appointment, which is weird. You just have to go down there and give them a number. That's crazy. Everyone knows the rule of good sunglasses. You buy them and you sit on them instantly or leave them in a place never to be found again. Well, the trick is to have them be prescription, to where you can't see without them. I mean, the glasses on my face right now are really old. And you know what? I got a notification from, this is better. I got a notification from Instagram this morning that said that HVT03 has posted for the first time in a long time. And I thought that there was, wow, I had two full sets of bearings. I thought for just a split second that the Spaniard might appear. But he did not. I'm not saying I got my hopes up. I just thought for a second that he might appear. You need an appointment for the DMV? Yeah, it's appointments here. But when it came to the real ID, it would not even give an option to make an appointment. So what the microphone will block out is I mentioned it in videos. They're building some giant condo complex down right by the Costco, and they're running a plant, a little mini plant, crushing down rock. Every day, it sounds like they're not using it right. It sounds like a nonstop sequence of car crashes that goes on all day. And then every once in a while, all the sound will just completely stop. and then then pick back up again. I don't know what they're doing, nor do I know if they know what they're doing. Spain won't allow them to interact with the U.S., I guess. Are we, is this an Iran thing? Are they not allowed to talk to us? My eyes are so crappy now, I bought a digital microscope so I can still do electronics. Wow. I mean, whatever it takes, right? Seems the raccoon is missing too. The raccoon just showed back up on the Discord just a couple days ago. The raccoon definitely comes and goes. He appears and disappears. We never really have an accurate, we don't have a for sure picture of what's going on in Raccoonlandia. We're just guessing. Today I'm paying off my house I bought in California in 2010. Damn, 15 year? That guy was getting out from under it. The glasses I ordered are specific from computers and reading, second pair for driving, no all-around glasses available for me. Yeah. They've tried to talk me into bifocals. He's like, are you sure you don't need bifocals? I'm like, look. If I look over the tops of my frames, I can still see. And I'm looking through lenses that have been in these glasses for coming up on 20 years. These glasses aren't quite as old as the Oakleys. These are in much worse shape than the Oakleys, I will say that for sure. Oh, you know what we don't have? A skid. Let's first check one. Do we have an element skid? Because that'll be a lot easier to do. We've got to cut down. What's in this? Nope. I do have a couple green parts. Oh man. Should we put green shock towers on it? Unfortunately, it has the panhard mount on it. And I picked out towers that, hey, I mean, it's cut, but that's fine. It's fine. There has to be at least one used part on every giveaway. My wife's as blind as a bat. Go this way. And then I'm pretty sure these are just 10s. That is aggressively orange. $1,600 per square foot of the rents. For what? $1,600 a square foot for anything seems like an egregious amount. We can't really slap towers until we know. I think. Oh no, we can, because we can line the towers up with the body. Yes. We're gonna figure this out. We're gonna get there. Property in Silicon Valley? Absolutely not. I will happily stay here in the desert. Did you buy a 1 square foot house? I'm just trying to think what it means that my workshop would cost there. Because this is 25 by 25. That's what, that's... I can't do it. I can't do it. You like that one? That was a good one. genuinely sounds like they're trying to bring down the house. Our house with a quarter-acre land and access to local community was $26,500. Yeah. Well, Silicon Valley operates on its own rules. And all of the prices are so inflated that they're not representative of anything, really. I think it's lame 24 Yep has his live stream at the same time. Oh, I didn't. Well, I would never have known that if you hadn't said it, because I do not partake. And he's been in this live stream before, so I'm going to go ahead and guess that he's only recently started live streaming at noon on Fridays. Dropping golf balls from the course. Yeah, well, like I say, the bird feeder is completely empty. Now, I've never seen the crows go near it, but they do seem to be upset about it. So orange, God. Like, who would do this voluntarily? This is ridiculous. Yes, recently. He only does small scale, so it doesn't count. That is correct. Ooh, I forgot to. Can I do this? Nope, can't. Dang it. I knew I forgot something. We wouldn't be doing it if we didn't forget something. I mean, it's definitely a color. It's like metallic orange. It looks like metallic orange to me. Yeah, we're already seeing the cattlemen on deep discount to the surprise of absolutely no one. Yeah, definitely not gold. This isn't even representative of gold. Okay, now. Oh, I need to do lock nuts. Well, nope. I guess I need the book technically. I need the book again because I think the shock tower. Yeah, the shock tower's face backwards. But I needed. Oh, see, it did help. We needed the cattleman one because the shock towers are. God, this manual is awful. Awful. Okay. I hate it. Nope. That's a 10, all right. 12s it is. Too bad all that plastic. Too bad all that plastic isn't white. If they start doing it, and Element starts pricing the Cattleman and the Builder's kits down as severely as Axial is pricing down, Builder's kits, and when we're seeing the sub $200 10 Pros, if they start doing that, then I I will change my stance on the Cattleman, because if they offered you a Cattleman for like $249, take it. But at $369, it's an absolute non-starter. I had a lengthy discussion with the person doing much of the AE social media. They really mismarketed the Cattleman and the other RC Gold version 1,000%. They're both already discontinued as far as I can tell. But 10 Pro's discontinued as well, so Element's not alone. It's amazing to see models lasting even 3 years now. We're getting discontinued. And that's Axial's job, man. Axial loves to discontinue things. And this thing screams. This thing screams at the top of its lungs of how much cost savings was done. Because the shocks are all of the anodized parts are different colors than all the powder coated parts. And all of the powder coated parts are and all of the anodized parts are different colors from under-anodized parts because they weren't anodized in batches. Like these, the little steering guys, and the shock bodies, completely different colors, completely different tones, completely different colors. You can't do that. It's supposed to be some sort of premium or premier option, and they're giving us... Would you buy the Element U-Tron for the IFS to make a gatekeeper with live rear and IFS front? Can't you still buy IFS2 standalone? Can't you still buy IFS2 separately? Because that would be a lot cheaper. Last I checked, they were still doing it for $100. But my second part to that would be, how cheap can you get a U-Tron? Because if you can get a U-Tron real cheap, maybe yes. IFAS2 is out of stock everywhere. That's not surprising. People need to understand that AE Element answered to the powers that be at Thunder Tiger. Right. But that has nothing to do with anything. Because Thunder Tiger is going to mismanage the company directly out of business. None of the decisions they're making are the decisions that would be made by someone that has any knowledge at all of how the hobby is progressing. Everybody is free to say all the negative things they want about Traxxas because none of them matter. Traxxas remains the 800-pound gorilla, and you would think that in the space, logically, you would think Horizon would be the 800-pound gorilla, but it's not. Horizon's biggest opposition in the marketplace is A-Main Hobbies, which is a toy store from Northern California. And that doesn't bode well for you if you're a multinational. Thunder Tiger has assets and does asset management. Yes, correct. They also sell one-way drones. That's where most of their money comes from. More profitable. I am spent this month saying that dang Walt Lighters channel. Can't believe the prices on bodies. You just got to wait for sale. You just buy your bodies on sale. I have a number of bodies. Proline Horizon, for whatever reason, will put a number of Proline bodies on sale for $20 every other month, at least quarterly. So I've gotten a number of Proline bodies for $20. The Comanche that's on Cheeto was $20. Yeah, there's lots of opportunities. No, through anybody that sells, like they send out, has the Kyosho KC-10 thing come across the bench yet? No, someone ordered one and said, was it Miata Commuter? Someone ordered one and said that when it releases, it's going to come here. And that was the last we've heard of it. Man, I had completely forgotten about that. My understanding is the reason for the Axial discontinued project is switching production locations from Taiwan to China, hence the CJ7. Anything that you hear from Axial or Horizon or anyone affiliated with anything related, I would take with as many grains of salt as is necessary. Because what Horizon does is absolutely awful inventory management. Because Axial products only fall into two categories. Perpetually out of stock or never out of stock. They don't know how to manage their own product lines. They truly don't. I put a long one in one of these, I'm sure of it. They were talking about the Basecamp Builders, which was on 188 on Amazon for a couple days. Do you think the Warlord or Forge would fit a Coyote chassis? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's a 313. I mean, you know, wheelbase is wheelbase. Yeah. Or, you know, you just do it easier and get an Anvil or a Warlord cab. They own a factory and literally focus on a run of specific products at a time versus multi-products being produced simultaneously. Which is why they go out of stock for months on end. Because they're not producing, they're acting like they're trying to embrace true communism. They're not looking at what needs to be made. They're looking at what they're making right then. Which is why the Ghoulie Moo has never gone out of stock for even a single day. Not once, ever. And when they do have something sell it hot, if you don't get it when you can get it, if you don't strike while the iron is proverbially hot, you might never see one. And that's the way it has always been with them. Oh, yeah. Well, if you prefer a full body, that's the thing. Any of those tapered down ones like a Forge, the rear axle placement is not super critical. There's nothing really in the way of like fender arches that you have to line up with. It's like an Ecto, where it's just basically straight and flat along the back. Four-wheel steer on an optic. What size rear upper links do I need? I have no idea. End of the body comment. It's never the cool bodies you want. Same with the desired tires on discount. That's not true. I've gotten Cliffhangers and Coyotes on sale. I got that Comanche on sale, and I was glad to get it. This was, like I said, this was $40. So what it is it tends to be when they're selling them off cheap, they have 4 of them. And you either get it right then or you never get it at all. That's how that works. What did we expect? What did we expect? I've never seen Toyo tires discounted or Swampers. Proline does not put tires on sale very often. That is, again, a Horizon decision. But you can go to various retailers and I've bought Swampers at $24.99 a pair, which is about as low as you're ever going to see them. I have never seen, regardless of what the tire is, I have never seen Proline do like what J Concepts does, which is they'll be like, oh hey, for no reason at all other than I guess we have too many of them. We're going to sell you direct bounty hunters for $10 a pair, or we're going to sell them to you on retailers for $16 a pair. Proline and Horizon never do that, without regard to whatever stock levels might be. I'm running 130 on my four-wheel steer optic, but I don't trifle with the optic as is. And I have an optic cage, but it's got Mias Capra axles on a four-wheel steer Capra axles. So my rear links and your rear links will be completely different things. Do I have no tie rod? No tie rod. We'll find one. We can find one. We know that it's 154.5. I also need wheel hexes. We don't have wheel hexes either. 122 is the front upper. I think that's these. Yes. Louise 6 gear were due 31st March. Checked on the 31st and sold out. I will get some at some point. I still haven't gotten to try Enduros. I can't find Louise Enduro anywhere. Someday. Thank God for J Concepts. If not for J Concepts, we wouldn't be able to get tires. I don't have anything. I have zero negative things to say about HRP, but it does kind of suck that they're the only U.S. distribution for Louise, so far as I can tell. Having one other place sell Louise definitely wouldn't hurt. I didn't know Louise has a new tire. They came out with the 6 gear and the Enduro at this. The 6 gear, the Enduro, and the gravel stage all came out at the same time. The gravel stage is a pretty good all-rounder tire. Think of it as Louise's Baja Pro X, because the Rowdy, aka the Showdown, is even too aggressive for that. I don't think that in terms of a, for an off-road vehicle, if it's the kind that goes slow, the Showdown to me is a bit too aggressive. Yeah, 6 gears are back in stock at Hobby Rec, but Hobby Rec has never had Enduros for whatever reason. So the next shortest pair is front lowers. Okay, so it's not those. Are these the same? Okay, so I made something wrong. I made one set wrong. This is 137. I did the fronts to be 129. Yep. Yep. Yeah, the only U.S. distribution that I've seen for Louise is HRP from Utah, and they've never had the Enduro. Yeah, I got my well, I actually gave away a couple sets because I was starting to develop a backlog of Deep Woods and Champs, and I don't really have that many things to fit them to, but I also have a problem, which is I can't stop buying tires. Check the AE scratch and dent. Picked up a Nightwalker with damaged box, but the shipping box was damaged, but the product was fine. Saved about $175. Yeah, because they don't care. Yeah, AE Direct can be pretty good. Is this turning into the Olympics? No, I made the rear uppers twice and never made front lowers. So I need these. These were made out of, I think, 90s, and they needed to be 80s. So it should just be a matter of grabbing 2 different links. Because I made 137 4 times, and I only needed to make 137 twice. I needed to make 129, which is, yeah, an 80, basically an 80, little under 80. And the good thing that's a little under 80, because I don't have any 75s. That's an 81, so it's not that. It's got to be this. Okay, I've got straight 80s. So that is going to, it's going to aim the pinion down a hair. These feel like titanium. Just we use whatever we've got. Now, if this length isn't right and we have to make it again, then this will be upgraded to Link Olympics. It's about 1 millimeter too long because I don't have the exact length that I need, but you know what? It'll do. We can ship it. I'm needing a small scale tire that looks scale under a Tamiya body. It's probably going to be like Boom Racing or something, which means the tire is going to be, or RC 4-wheel drive. The tire is going to be terrible. Yeah, most of my tool usage is due to the banana hands, and if not for the hemostats, I'd never get to put things together. I think this thing is all titanium front links. Incidentally, definitely not intentionally. It's not my intention. Yeah, that is true. Touring car tires do fit 1.9s. Who just came out with that? Who just came out with those tiny, super tiny, low profile tires? Yeah, I managed to avoid the pinch mostly. Go on 16s because sometimes we opt to throw a lock nut on there. Sometimes. Running a Wizard as a mullet. Do you use different length shocks to avoid the stink bug? No, I just leaned my front shocks. I leaned my rear shocks down a little bit. I'm running the same length all the way around. 90s all the way around. But I'm also cab only, and it might look different if it was. No, both of them are mullets now, and the other one's on a full body. The second one's on a grandpa. Okay. In whose wood? Nope, it's Link Olympics now. Because I made these to the lengths as stated, and these front uppers land like directly in between the two holes. They're too short for the back hole, and they're too long for the front hole. I want that right about there. Yeah, that needs to be exactly 3 millimeters longer, or alternately, I would say 10 millimeters shorter. That's what we get. That's what we get. Whoever said we shouldn't have gotten the manual out was right. Because once you've installed sliders, there's no way to put the skid in the wrong place. No, the body is a grandpa. So whatever these are, minus 10. It fell, but it missed me. It missed me with that. So we're going to go front hole. Because I don't give a crap about caster change through the sweep on the front axle. It's going to be fine. We're going to be absolutely fine. I'm going to make it up as I go along. We're going to change all the links before we're done. So this is basically a 109 or so. So we need We need a 100mm link. Eye to eye. It's got cattleman bits in it. If that counts for anything. Yeah. It's a full-blown Link Olympics now. See how much the manual helped me? How does he have anything left to throw at the building? Like, honestly. Stuff has been banging into the roof for 2 hours. Like, what a jerk. '70s. It looks like I need 55s. '70 to 55 is a real jump. We've discussed this before. The 55 drawer is full of 50s again. That's a 58, which should probably be in the 60 drawer, honestly. That's a 55, which means that should be a 55. Wouldn't be Friday if I didn't have to build 18 links. It's going to end up clogging up your gutters when it rains and plugs the downspout. Gutters? Gutters? I definitely don't have gutters. This roof is metal, which is a big part of why it's so loud. Yeah, get him. Maybe he can run off the skunks and rabbits and stuff from the course. Like, this guy could be doing something. He could be providing a useful contribution. But instead, he just wants to throw stuff at the roof. And I've seen him up there. I've actually physically seen him. That's how I know. All right. What are our chances? Not good. I mean, if we get it in 2, it's like, well, technically 3. Yeah, do you even need gutters? Yeah, we don't do that. The gutters would be absolutely clogged because the trees don't know what season it is because we don't have those. That was real close. I didn't like that finger being in that jaw like that. That was real close to getting a little bit of a pinch. Now watch, he was off by like a lot. Maybe not. Maybe not. I feel pretty good about that. I picked up a screw out of the 16 bin and could tell by feel that it was a 14. That's as close as I approached having a superpower, I think. Did we get it? Nope. too short. Once it got pulled to center, it's too short. It's not a, yeah, no, it's a ton too short. Well, if you didn't know where you were before, you definitely know where you are now. You're in the den of idiocy. I was so confident I put a lock nut on it. And here's the thing. Here's the thing about it. If I had just thought, if I had used my mind and just thought about it, realizing that I took off a 70, knew that it needed to be 10 millimeters shorter, and for some reason grabbed a 55, which as I do the math in my head right now, 70 minus 10 is 60. Oh. That's a 50. Wait. I might have two of the same thing. It's like a 58. And do I not have a single 60 millimeter? That's a 62. That's too long. Okay, what did we say we were? We were 4 millimeters too short, and we were at 109. So we need to be like 113, 114, eye to eye. So if we don't have any links to go the other way, this is an absolute debacle at this point. Well, I get Rotorhead. Here's the thing. I've done this so many times. I outright fail at this over and over again. Like, the fact that I'm having to remake these links again, honestly, just feels like that's just the way it is. That's how it is. I make links 4 times. So this is the 4th front upper. I have 0 confidence that it's going to be correct. All I can do is make 2 of them. It's not full insanity, though, because I'm doing a slightly different thing over and over again, hoping for a different outcome. Oh, my God, I should have just... They're back there. You want to talk about something that's back there mocking me. It's those Boom Racing adjustable links. They're like, hey, buddy, you could have just used us to make the uppers, set the wheelbase with the lowers, use us to set the upper, but you didn't. You thought you were smarter, but you're not. It's too late. It's too late for me. Save yourselves. I don't know. Yeah, that crow is getting to me. I do not like him. And now we're going to remember yeah, my buddy used to do that. Like, we used to have a lock on the gate, and the gate would be locked, so my buddy would just grab rocks and throw them at the wall of the shed right behind me. So I'm just here doing something, then it's like, bang! But the crow is even better at it. I'm going to lose my mind. It's there's still not the right length. There's still not the right length. Please pinch my finger inside the hemostats. Just make it perfect. Take it to the next level. I made these the exact amount longer that I said to make them. To the millimeter. These are 114 and they're still too short. Those are 114 exactly, and they're significantly too short. And here's the deal. No matter what I do, I don't have the length that I need. There's 2 holes in the skid, X number of millimeters apart. The one link is too short, and the other link is not long enough. I don't have the link to fill the difference. Throw it in the bin and start the next one. It's too late. We have definitively passed the Rubicon. So here's how we're going to do it. We're going to set this down. We're going to line this up in the middle. Put these right like this. Let's go right there. Make sure it's centered. Okay. It's too late for the boom racing links. We're past that now. It's too late. You're in the cave now. You're in the cave of insanity. So we need like 5 millimeters longer. We need like 109. Wait. What are these? Yeah, we need like 109. Front hole, 109, eye to eye. How's the headache now? Honestly, like, you would think the frustration would make it worse, but like, is this my happy place now? Is this like, am I not happy until it goes off the rails? Because that's what I'm feeling like. Okay, front hole, 109. If this is a 75 millimeter link, I'm going to lose my mind. We're just going to watch cartoons together. We're going to turn on cartoons. We're going to demonetize the stream. We'll put on Belzona videos. If this comes out to a link I don't have. We're scrapping the whole thing. And I know how this happens now. There's 20 links just laying on the bench. Don't worry, if you want to worry about me, that's fine. It's not going to help, though. That's a 70. I mean, you have to be kidding me. I do not have two links in 60, 65, 70. I'm sorry, start at 55. 55 through 75. I do not have two links that are the exact same length. I have like one of everything. The 70s are useless. I can't use the 70s. That's a 65. That's a 58. That's a 58. 55. 58. 65. 65. 85. Might go in a different drawer. Not 100% sure. 65. 71. Let's just call it a 70. 65. 65. 65. 58. There's the one. I need the companion to that link right there. I need another one of those. If you can conjure one out of thin air, we can keep moving forward. Other than that, just have that crow drop something either bigger or more explosive. The wheelbase has to be the wheelbase to fit under the body. So I can't move this. These are non-negotiable. Although, wouldn't it be fun if they were the wrong length? Wouldn't that be fun? They are the wrong length. These are rear uppers. I need to sit down for a minute. I'm going to sit down for a minute. You talk amongst yourselves. I think the front uppers were correct. I think the front uppers were correct. front lowers are supposed to be 129, and these are 135. This is the best Link Olympics forever ever. Just, does anybody know what the Sword of Damocles is? Can you send one of those down? Just put it right through the roof of the building. If you need like some kind of precise targeting information, I can probably provide. So the links that I took apart, the very first ones that I took apart were the front lowers. But I thought they were wrong. So the very first pair that got disassembled was maybe the only correct pair that we've built today. Sounded like he dropped a brick. So I disassembled the only pair, and here's the thing. I didn't even notice. I didn't even look. In the manual, yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and blame the manual for part of this, because this is driving me nuts. Wait. Guys, wait. Hold on. Wait. Don't move. Wait right there. Don't move. So here are all the links that come with the Builder's Kit 3. We should be able to just copy whatever the links those are I want you to look at this with your eyes. Tell me, anywhere here, am I not seeing it? I want to curse so bad right now. What link is that? What is that? It goes to there. So is that the front upper? Is that a front upper? It doesn't say. It never says what the links are. It's just like, make this, put this on. I hate this thing. My opinion of Element has now changed in its entire... I hate them now. May they burn in the fires. May they burn in the fires. The front uses 100 millimeter high clearance for the front. So what the hell length are these? Rear uppers 121s, rear lowers 127s. So what the hell are these? What are these? How have I gotten here? Where am I? Am I going to take the reactor out for Wheelin' Wednesday? That's based on a lot of assumptions. Like that I'm not going to get 10 pro'd by A-Main, which is never, off the table. I made the biggest mistake. The biggest mistake today was literally getting those manuals out. We would be done. We would actually be done. Don't attempt to adjust your link lengths. I just checked my original Gatekeeper. Photos are the same and not identified as to what they are. It's like anti-Lego. So I've got one small workaround here, which is that the kit has a single 93 for the upper, and my link drawer had a single 93 for the upper. Think half Cattleman, half Builder's Kit 3. So the problem is none of the links are right. None of them. Despite the fact that I laid all the manuals out side by side, and they were all like, oh yeah, we're all the same thing. We're all the same thing. They are not, in fact, the same thing. My fingers are going to be raw from hand. This is just me over here. Just hand spinning rod ends on. Okay. This is the damn upper. As somebody said, why don't you just adjust the lowers to match the uppers? And moving forward, that's exactly what we're going to do. Because every other effort was utterly fruitless. Oh. When you've spent like 30 minutes trying to build 4 links, think back to happier times. Think back to when I assembled the chassis. How about the axles? Just slap the axles together. Slap the chassis together. And then despite having full documentation, when these were 5 millimeters off, it really should have keyed something in my brain to say, well, maybe you should check the length of your stupid lower links. You idiot. Nope. Rescinded. I take it all back. This is not my fault. This is Element's fault. This is Element's fault for their non-scale drawings and their dumbass not telling you where a link goes. I made your own custom links in 15 to 20 minutes. Yeah, I did. This all goes on Element. This still has not achieved the curse level of Mr. Hurley's thing. But, we're getting there. We're definitely getting there. No. Like I'm doing algebra. Yeah, it's the further hole. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So element manuals are really just for decoration. That doesn't look like a 20. It's a 22. Why do I even mark anything? Why is the length of anything marked? The numbers don't matter. Have you tried the J Concepts boss on the Impossible Waterfall? No. Should. I feel like I was much closer to where I wanted the tuning to be, and then I made a bunch of changes, and it's now I got to relearn how to drive it again. Feels like one of those situations. We are absolutely committed to this front upper. That's it. Lock it in. Lock it in. If we have to make any changes, we're just going to alter the lowers to match the uppers. The uppers are on and the uppers are staying, and no one can convince me otherwise. Because I can't do this again. Why is every single one of them a Link Olympic? Why can't we just get 8 links, just go onto the thing and not fight me for an hour as I slowly descend into madness? Now, according to this manual, a manual of the devil, where's the picture of them installing 2 of them? There. That's the rear. That's the rear. Where are the front lowers? What are we doing? What's happening? How am I still alive? Hey, listen. I think he left. I think he gave up. I feel like he's stopped throwing sticks. That's what he wants me to think. Damn it. He's just waiting. I'm not going to lie. I have no reason to. The crow is part of it. The crow is definitely part of it because I feel a weight lifting now that I can't hear him throwing stuff at the roof anymore. Now, can I get this link correct? The chances are very small. now there's a link stuck in the link drawer and I can't get the link drawer closed. So that's fun. I got that going for me. Okay. I did it. Foolproof. Welcome aboard, Gabe. You don't know what you're in for. You have no idea. You had to have gone into this not knowing. Because if you were knowing, if you knew then what you'll know soon, you would have run away. And I would have asked you where you're going to run away to so that I could run away with you. Because it's probably nice where you're going. If he's on board for this, then God bless. He is definitely one of us. One of us. One of us. I have foolproofed the front end, everybody. I have foolproofed the front end. It can't defeat me this time. The front end can't hurt me anymore. Because I'm using all of the links that are just described in the manual. Name it Hugin or Moonin for one of. It's going to be, I'm going to be so happy to make this thing 77 different colors. We're going to put all the colors on here. Wind's picking back up. We're going to do it. We're at least going to get a front axle on here. No way. No way. Way? No way. If these lower links are remotely the same length, I would classify it. I would classify. We might make it. We might make it. Nope, that's the wrong side, dumbass. Da 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 da. Four links will feel like a victory. No. 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 If anybody tried to make me work on an SCX 30, there would be a brawl. There would be an absolute brawl. I just keep hearing fasteners hit the ground, and I'm so far past it at this point. I'll find them later, or I won't. And that is facing the wrong way. That is facing the right way. That is facing the wrong way. That is facing the wrong way. Wait. Okay, do this. Do this. That is facing the wrong way. Let me tell you how I feel about... Nope, that was facing the correct way. Let me tell you how I feel about offset rod ends on high clearance links. Not a fan. Not a fan. I'll take it. I'll take it. Would I classify it as hyper-optimized? Nay. I think nay. Would I classify it as we live to fight another day? Yes. I got that thing on there so tight. 4 out of 8. Now, I should make it clear. The wheels are basically down for, usually it would be the one in the middle of the month, but it's going to be, okay, so not the 10th, so it would be the 17th, but I guess it's going to be the 24th is where we're going to give it away, which is great because what that allows me to do is to throw this in a bin. You know what? I might as well just, no. No. We're just going to use the rest of the necessary links. All the rear links are going to be the ones from the BK3 kit. Because reasons. There's no way I can have this done by then. Not without killing all of you and then myself. No, but not without killing myself and then all of you. Whichever order it needs to be in. The rear is going to go great because we're just going to use the links that came with the 10.3. And we will deal with the fallout of maybe having or not having what we need to build the one after this one. We'll deal with that later. In this moment, I'm distinctly not worried about it. It's, you know what it's going to be? It's all going to be fine. It's all going to be fine. No, you didn't miss anything today. If you missed anything of today, you didn't miss anything at all. To be frank, you missed me. I knew. I should have known. I think the headache was just brain cells dying. I can't imagine. I'm trying to imagine how this could have gone worse. But there's nothing that comes to mind. Like getting this done in that amount of time is crazy. Wow. Did I put too much torque on this guy? Look at the wow. I think the cheap Amazon hemostats are definitely cheap Amazon hemostats. About as tough as one would imagine. Why is there one lock nut? We'll figure it out later. Or never. Alternately. 86. So we have some hope of some guarantees, which is we'll be able to finish this next time. We'll be able to finish this because I will build the damn shocks in advance. And we should have a bunch of links left. I'm literally finding links everywhere. They're all over the bench. They're everywhere. It's great. It's great. One might go so far as to say, it's great. I miss painting bodies. I miss painting bodies. What does that tell you? So, I'll pick out some 90 millimeter shocks. We'll It really makes me want to get some. Like, I wish I had some. I mean, we could do red. I think we got any reds. Just red shocks would be horrible. I think it might be red. It'll feel positively relaxing to sit down and build these. I don't have any desert. Wait. I don't have any desert lizards. And by that, I don't mean that I don't have any. I don't have any spare. I have a set of. Oh, God. You have no idea how high the temptation right now is just to order some 90mm 2 mods. Slap 2 mods on it. I have a set of 90mm desert lizards. They are already earmarked for a different build. And in the drawer, I have 110 desert lizards, which will be far too big for this. The bearings and the Vanquish weights are brand new and never run in the parcel duty today. The mail here comes like all of the Europeans will long have been in bed by the time the mail shows up around here. Yeah, so it's the cheap chavs, cheap red chavs, because well, that's terrible. What a terrible. Oh yeah. Oh. Very slippery. Anybody want to place any wagers on what's inside of them? That's always fun. Crack open. I do have a set of Injora 90s. They just need to be rebuilt because they had all their oil pummeled out of them running on the pickle. So I could put Injoras on it. I'm not opposed. The other, like I said, I have 110 desert lizards, and I have desert lizards for another build. So I do have a lot of chavs. I also have, I think, 85s. I thought I had a set of. I do. Could go full lazy. All I need to do is change the springs. So that's an option. Same hardware? Yeah, there's screw types on both. I was curious as to what we got. That's a piston. That's a piston. It's an actual piston in there. I will be sugared. I don't know if I've ever gotten serviceable pistons in non-oil slicks. Not only, that's oil. That's not mineral oil. That's silicone. There's actually oil in there. Not much, but some. Oh, he does pose an interesting question. But will all 4 be piston? Well, they're both. All 4 of them are screw type for the bottom. And some of them are. There's no load on that seal pack. Piston. All 4 with pistons. Barely any oil in there, though. So what I'll do is I'll just, and I mean, they went to the element school of anodization where that and that are distinctly different shades, and the caps are a completely different shade than the body. Oh. I wish I had more. If I had more, we could go full United Colors of Benetton, and I could put gold caps, red bodies, and like blue cups. I don't know if I have any. I don't know if I have any colored cups though. I have gold caps. Those are red. There's black caps on red. No, the all blue set is either on a rig or went on a giveaway. I'm not sure. We can't go full Rasta. Do they make green ones? Do Chavs come in green? Does Posca make shock paint? It's an excellent question. 2-pounders. Two-pounders. Do I even have room? Yeah. Yeah, they fit. They do make green ones. If they make green ones, man, you know, Rastafari, you know. You know what we don't have? Body mounts. So I don't see any body mounts in the other bag either. Where are the body mounts? I might have to look this week, and I might order some I might order some green ones. Well, would you look at that? Lined up and everything. Lined up and everything. I sent you a link in Discord for Louise Enduros in the US of A. I'll believe it when I see it. I'll believe it when I see it. Which will be after I have had a delicious beverage. Related, unrelated. I had the other ones. The other ones. They have a windmill? Dutch Brothers. I had a Dutch Brothers for the first time. You know what? It was okay. It was all right. I mean, I haven't been to a Starbucks since they opened our Clatch. So, there's that. Yeah, the body's going to be a nice, pretty cover for the horrors, the color horrors going on underneath. We have the stuff on hand here to build this thing to appear totally respectful. But, like, why would we do that? You know? Ooh, I need 2 more body mounts. If I can sink this, it's got a dang pin in it. If I can mount that slider piece in the back, I'll feel some small sense of accomplishment on the day. And I figured I could do that by just lining up the existing holes, because we're just using existing stuff into existing stuff. It is the front needs to be higher. It looks like. Now, I'm not going to make the over assumption. We're going to put 2 screws in. We're going to put 2 screws in. It looks like it's the rearmost set of holes. I feel like I'm still being overconfident because does the shock tower go that way or does it? Yes, it goes that way. I'm not gonna. It's fine. I'm willing to admit that I both needed and didn't need the manual today. Okay, now the front needs to be much higher. Really high. I might actually need a longer mount. Let's go like that. I need some small sense of accomplishment. I need to feel like we did something today. And we're going to basically end up building an imperfectly perfect hybrid of a BK3 and a Cattleman. The Cattlemank. God, that color though. That color though. I didn't get him in the. I didn't get him in the same hole. What does it feel like? They say you can't tell when you're going crazy, but I disagree. Because I feel like I'm going crazy right now. I feel like I'm already over the edge. Okay, okay. Okay. All 4 posts in. You know what? After today, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what size the victory it is. We will take it. We've got a swangy dangly axle. We've got it. Oh, those colors together though. I don't think these front posts are long enough. It's like it's ramping. Yeah, because there's look, there's little cutouts for where the sliders go. Oh no, the rear posts need to be shorter. That's what it is. The front posts are okay. This needs to come down, and these are so long they're bottomed out. I don't know why I can't find any element body posts, but I can't. Well, I'll find some. Yeah. Yeah. It's Cattleman BK3 and a Sendero titanium body, so it's element. For the love of God, don't expose that chassis color through the body. Yeah. Yeah, because once this, I guess I'll just cut them. Yeah. Yeah, they basically it sits right down on top of the towers like that. Because now that's perfectly level straight across. Then I got to cut out those little cutouts and put the sliders on. But that is perfectly centered right there. Hey. My buddy had to reinforce the back of his cab. That body is so weak. Yeah, I don't argue. Wild. You can see it's already got a little crease. The fact that the cage, the way that cage bolts on, yeah. All right. So we're going to do like we've done before. I'll do the scut work stuff in the back. Like I'll fill those shocks so the shocks can go on. But we should be able to just build this. We'll finish this. We'll finish it in the next one. And then the one after that, I don't know what we're going to do. Because basically the guy that mans the wheels, you should paint the bottom side of the bed black. Oh. Yeah. I don't think you're wrong. How many? I think it's only 4 screws to take it off. Yeah. Yeah, I can paint that black, no problem. 4 screws. 4 screws is no problem. Yeah, the white is adding an unnecessary other hideous level to it. So in the next one, we'll finish this on the 10th. And then on the 17th, on the 10th, we'll figure out what we're going to do on the 17th. And then on the 20th, well, see, you don't have to take the cage off the body to take that. You guys really want me to reinforce this cab, don't you? I get it. I mean, yeah, man. I see how one of these could break its own back. I really do. Because that's sitting on a chassis. That's crazy. Black will help show off the chains and the orange rails. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. So we'll figure out what we're going to do on the 17th, and then we'll do the giveaway on the 24th. And just to keep us busy on giveaway day, maybe we can take the free bin online for the day. Because watch, you want to see something? Even if you don't, you're going to see it. Watch this. Well, you could close your eyes, I guess. This is the size of the free bin now. So maybe we can give some stuff away. Clear out some space. Did I see a question saying they bought a BK3? Just ordered an Element BK3. On the Stealth XF, the intermediate gear and the spur gear are both plastic. They won't last. They will die. You need to replace them immediately. Otherwise, basically, the first time you drive it, you will shatter one or both of those gears. They know this because they combined it with a slipper eliminator. So there's nothing to save those plastic gears. If one of those gears were plastic, it would be fine. It is inoperable with both of them being plastic. You will detonate one. The funny part about this is when you buy the cheap ones, when you buy SEs, both of those gears are metal in the SEs. So they did the strong Thunder Tiger flavored downgrade on those. I mean, honestly, nowadays, I don't even know what to tell you, because you can't buy the gears. You can't buy the gears. I mentioned earlier, I have 3 XFs. And none of it's the Stealth XF gear set. I should know the number by heart. No. Because if you just search gears, it just brings, okay. It is ASC 42316. Let's see if anybody has one in stock. ASC 42316. Out of stock, out of stock, out of stock. There's one place on eBay that this listing sold on March 26th. ASC 42316. If anybody finds them out there in the universe and they're not marked up to Mars, let me know. I need 3 packages of them. To get the Stealth XFs here operational. So we got nowhere, man. We got nowhere. Remember the time when I basically built I've built whole rigs Nobody makes an aftermarket version? No. No one does. I have one extra intermediate gear and one extra spur gear, but I use those because when I do motor tests with baseline, so I can just swap a motor in and out. So I would take away from my own convenience by adding my convenience in a different category. Did I like the ORI shocks? I do. I like the D1RC. I like the D1RC ORI shocks. You know what? They're pretty nice. And if you order them from far-flung places and you don't mind waiting, it's not bad. I mean, I would still, what it comes down to, if a new build is starting, my brain immediately first goes, if it says in stock at Element, that's not Element. So be very wary of that. Because it says like, it leads off with like AE 60 years or whatever, Team Associated 60 years, Associated Electrics. That is actual Team Associated. They are out of stock. If it says like Element RC or Element Online or whatever, that's not them. So this, I think I can still do screen share. This is Team Associated. The AssociatedElectrics.com, out of stock, notify me when available. So if you see them in stock somewhere, there's a very good chance that it's not, that they're really not. Would it be worthwhile to just order a Stealth X? Yeah. Honestly, a Skid and a Stealth X, Element RC is a whole different company. No, it's just Associated. If you go to Associated Electrics and we go back to the home page, let's close this worthless crap. Element, Reedy Power, Factory Team, Ready to Run, Hoonigan Series Builders. And then if you click this, it takes you to AssociatedElectrics.com/element. Yeah, so far as I know on the internet, if you go to a website that says that it is Element RC, it has nothing to do with actual Element. How much is too much in price? I wouldn't go above like $30. Because regularly they're like 24. Like if somebody's scalping them, I don't want them. So we went over. I don't know how. My wife is probably in a meeting at work right now. So because, you know, $30 to get XFs running is a necessity at some point. But I can buy a whole gearbox for $30. Do the gears in the RC Lions clone box fit? RC Lions cloned the Stealth X, not the Stealth XF. You need the gears that are unique to the XF. They are the ones in the front, up at the top in the front. The spur gear and the intermediate gear. All the other gears will fit, but we can't get the other one. So we'll find out. We'll figure it out. Oh, there's a video up in 15 minutes. So if you're not going to bed, stick around for that video in 15 minutes. Then all of the usual nonsense on every other day afterwards. Thanks so much, everybody. Thanks for coming along for this absolute nonsense. I need a hamburger today. I need a hamburger today. I need beef patty between breads. And I know my wife wants fish fillets for dinner, but I'm going to have to figure something out. And I will see you all again real soon. I don't know about you, but I barely made it. We barely made it through. Whew. Thanks, everybody. I'll see you, I'll probably see you on the Discord in like an hour. You know how that works.